for tonight, Ghost?
Okay, so two very fishy lines here. We're going reverse line movement. Bucks opened up at -5.5. I'm taking the Philly side of this one. I'm taking your 76ers with the points.
What?
I am forever on team Milwaukee is overrated. So give me Philly with the points.
Okay.
I didn't need the points in the Suns game. This one I need the points just in case. This one I need the points. 8.5 is a lot to give up. So I'm taking the points on this one. And I'm going right back to the Suns, who absolutely broke my heart yesterday. Made me a lot of money the day before. Right. We took the Suns over Milwaukee. Didn't even need the points. They weren't favored. We didn't need the points. They won outright. I went right back to the well. Chris Paul missed a free throw to cover the 3.5. That spread was 3.5. They were up by 2. CP3 on the line. Game was over. It was like a tenth of a second. By the way, Embiid shot. Wow.
No, it wasn't over. All right. If Embiid's on the floor, it's not over. Okay.
It would have been nuts. But CP3 goes and misses one or two free throws.
To be honest with you, if Embiid made that, it would have been normal.
That would have been nuts. And I would have liked that better because CP3 missed the free throw. I didn't cash a 3.5.
Ooh.
So was they're gonna make it up to me tonight. Complete reverse line movement on this one.
Look at you.
I don't see how the
look at you talking reverse line move and everything. I
don't get it,
dog.
This is a game that I just want to confirm the number. The Celtics opened up as I have it here. I had it 5.5 point favorites against Phoenix.
Nice.
No Jaylen Brown tonight, or at least he's extremely doubtful.
Nice.
No Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown's out. Yeah, he is. He's out.
Phoenix gets it done. Give me Phoenix -1.5 on this one. I like it. Phoenix -1.5.
I do like
that side.
I do like that one.
I like that one. So I'm taking Phoenix. Both exposures in the 7:00 games. So we'll know.
Cash in early, and put your head on a pillow at night very quickly, and
that's it.
A winner.
That's it. Phoenix -1.5, and Philly with the points +8.5. Those are the two that I got tonight.
Embiid's gonna play.
And Embiid's already off the injury report, and Tobias Harris is probable. They went to overtime. Last time they played Milwaukee, they went to overtime. Embiid wasn't even playing.
Who guards Embiid? It's not who's gonna be on Embiid in this game?
No, but can we show gifts on the show? We got to figure that out. I got to figure that out because I'm a big gift guy. I'm a big gift guy. It's the Alicia Keys. No one. Nobody is guarding Joel Embiid tonight. Who is guarding Joel? Nobody's guarding Joel Embiid. No one's guarding Joel Embiid tonight. Back to back. Sorry,
I did try and just sing Alicia Keys. I'm sorry for your ears.
That was very nice. That was well played. I like it. Who's guarding Joel? No one's guarding Joel Embiid.
Who's guarding
8.5? It's way too many. Why? What has Milwaukee proven to give 8.5 points?
Are you concerned that Ben Simmons is not going to be guarding Giannis? Who's going to guard Giannis, I guess?
Embiid's going to guard Giannis.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
they're gonna force Giannis to take his. They're gonna force Giannis to take his shot.
Oh, keep Embiid away from the 3-point line and basically just like dare Giannis.
Giannis doesn't want that smoke in the paint. It's not happening.
Damn.
Giannis doesn't want that smoke in the paint.
That actually sounds like a great strategy. I'm not gonna lie.
They're gonna keep Embiid there with his arms up like he's the Eiffel Tower. And they're going to take Giannis. They're going to have Giannis take these mid-range jumpers that this guy can't hit water if he fell out of a boat. So
that's smart.
8.5 points, way too many.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I think the Sixers win then. Should I bet the Sixers? I think I'm going to bet the Sixers.
Pizza money, or what was it called? Cushion change? I like that. It rolls off the tongue a little better than couch change. That's what cushion change. Philly on the money line.
Because there's two.
I'm not opposed to that.
Cushion change. It's just, it flows. Yeah, it does.
I'm not opposed to that. I like it.
So here we go. First DFS question. So how much Detroit is too much?
I need a drink to answer that question. I need a drink.
Excuse me?
It's Thirsty Thursdays.
I was about to say, you got one around? You got one for me? I want to see you stone cold. One of these days, you're gonna stone cold Steve Austin just chug.
Oh yeah, for sure. Week 1 NFL probably. Sticks and I will probably do it. You got to come on for that one. Week 1 NFL. I think we did it. I feel like we did it last season. I don't know if we did it last season, but we had a lot of day drinking going on in those shows, and we won a ton of money too, so it was nice. How much Detroit is too much? The limit does not exist.
Are you using a GIF again? Are you using a meme again here?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Like
that's a great movie, by the way.
90% of the things that I say are either movie quotes, or like movie/TV show quotes, or GIFs.
I would say mine. Yeah, mine probably is a lot of GIFs, a lot of memes.
I'm a big movie guy, so movie quotes are.
I'm going to the movies this weekend, Ghost. I'm going to the movies this weekend.
That's
the first I used to go before this pandemic, which sucks. I hate the pandemic. It's a piece of crap. And it took me away from movies for a year. I went to the movies every single week. Once every single week. And then boom, stupid pandemic, and I don't go for a year. And so now I'm going to the movies on Saturday. I can't wait.
I like that.
So
we're still on lockdown, but I like
it. Oh, really? That's
oh yeah, it's bad here. We have a curfew and everything.
Oh,
like when when we're kids, you gotta be home.
We need a curfew anyway. Let's be honest. We can't keep Ghost out too long, ladies and gentlemen. We can't keep him out in public too long. He gets messy.
It's like you gotta be home before the streetlights go on. It's 8 p.m. here.
You guys still
8 p.m. You gotta be home. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
I don't know if we do here.
There's no lights though. Like it's only stop signs. There's no lights. So no one really stops. No one really stops. It's kind of like a
wait.
And then you just
Canada's like that too. Nobody stops at stop signs.
Yeah, not really. It's not really a thing.
No,
it's like maybe
that's a Philly thing. Philly doesn't stop.
No one really stops. No one really stops. So
yeah. So NBA
except if you're in the city. If you're in the city, maybe. If you're in the city, maybe. But how much Detroit is too much? No such thing. Limit does not exist. We'll start with that game. Why not? We'll kind of spice things up a bit here. So this is what I was saying. I don't even want to say this is what I was saying last show. It was what I was saying the show before that, and then 2 shows before that, and then 2 shows before that. Every second game, in case people haven't caught on, they're sitting out Jeremy Grant, Mason Plumlee, Corey Joseph, Wayne Ellington, Dennis Smith Jr., all these guys. Right, so Killian Hayes is getting the start. Isaiah Stewart, Josh Jackson. Shout out Jay, by the way. Not only covering the article, but giving me a shout out in the article for how much I love playing Josh Jackson. So Josh Jackson, Killian Hayes, Isaiah Stewart, Sadiq Bey. A little expensive, not gonna lie. A little expensive for Sadiq Bey, but I'm not opposed to it.
Villanova Wildcat, baby.
But that's it. Yeah, those are pretty much the guys. Oh, and Frank Jackson as well, 3,800 off the bench. Definitely not opposed to him as well. Yeah,
we win. We automatically
there's
win.
so much value there. So I'm not going 3 studs tonight. I'm probably going 2, just because I want one. I want 2 of these guys in Killian Hayes, Jackson, Sadiq Bey, and Isaiah Stewart, and you can't do that with 3 studs. So. That's number 1. And then you go one of Luka or Giannis.
Oh, and then we only need 3,600. Are we going to get this done early? We're just going to put in a 3,600 and then, wipe our heads clean. We're done. This is it. 10 minutes in. Win Daily Sports NBA preview show. That's it.
It's not bad. It's not that bad of a build. Look, I'm not playing 5 Detroit guys, but again, there's a lot of guys.
The limit does not exist. How are you going to tell me
it doesn't? But it's it doesn't. But I don't like to go all in on.
So how about you said a little bit expensive, so we'll take Sadiq Bey out. Right? Is that the one you would take out there?
Sadiq Bey is the guy that I would take out there, just because if he's hot with his shot, that's how Sadiq Bey gets fantasy points.
Right.
It's all in his shot. He has no peripheral stats.
Okay.
So if he's shooting and he's dropping 30, all these other guys aren't getting there, right? So I'd rather take the volume approach.
So would you now we still have 4 in. Is 4 Detroit guys? 4 Detroit players.
I'm probably
good?
capping it at 3. I'm probably capping it at 3.
Now, which one of these are you taking out? Maybe Stewart, because of the price.
I'm not taking out Stewart. I'm going double center tonight. I'm going Isaiah Stewart and Joel Embiid tonight.
Oh, okay. Nice. Does that mean, I guess, which one of these four?
So Frank Jackson and Killian Hayes both are good point per dollar values, right? Like they're both gonna excel in a matchup like this. I just don't like playing guys that sub in directly for one another.
Right.
So just by default, it's gonna be one of those two guys. Josh Jackson will share the court with both actually, Killian Hayes and
okay.
So that's the thing where I don't know if I want to play Frank Jackson and Killian Hayes in the same lineup. I'm not opposed to it. Just again, it's like you end up looking at your lineup and it kind of sucks that all your players theoretically can't get points at the same time because these guys will never share the court together, right? So just by process default there, I'm probably only playing one of the two. Killian Hayes likely getting the start again, and he gets a ton of peripheral stats. So I like Killian Hayes in this one. And he's sitting out every second game.
Are these the three that you're likely going with the most here? I would say obviously different lineups.
If I am going 3 Detroit, if I am going 3 Pistons, it's going to be these three guys right here.
Okay, yes. And as you see, you have the two stars here. These three in, there is plenty here to work with.
Absolutely. And there's so much value on that Phoenix side too in a game that I
like, I was about to say, so where's the game you're getting other value then? And you're getting anything from Boston? I know Jaylen Brown's out, so anything.
I'm not opposed to playing Boston. The only thing about them is that their usage is already so condensed on a normal night when Kemba, Jaylen Brown, and Tatum are all playing. Now that JB is out, it's a real Tatum show here. So even I get it. 10.2 is expensive for Jason Tatum. People are going to say, why can't I just go up to Luka? He's going to take 25 shots tonight. And it's a matchup where there's no Jay Crowder on the other side. I'm taking Luka, but if you end up having a build where it's Tatum and a player that you really like versus Luka and a player that you're iffy on, don't necessarily hesitate. Don't. It's not a play where you absolutely have to force it in tonight. So
nice.
I'm not opposed to doing that, especially with Tatum's going to come in under 10% owned. So
still 4,600,
a lot to work with, a lot to work with there. So and the reason why I like Jason Tatum so much tonight is because there's no Jay Crowder on the other side. Who's guarding Jason Tatum tonight? DeAndre Ayton doesn't play defense.
Do you want to guard him?
I'm not guarding him. No, I don't want that smoke. No. You could walk right to the hoop. I'm not guarding Jason.
Does anyone want that smoke?
Nobody does. So it's a spot where guys like Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Dario Saric, maybe even Frank Kaminsky, they might end up trying to guard Jason Tatum. Good luck. I mean, it's not happening.
I love how you said try. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not happening. So I'm not opposed to that. On the Phoenix side, there is a ton of value though. So like I was saying, no Jay Crowder. A lot of these guys are going to get a ton of minutes at the 4. So it's going to be Dario Saric, Frank Kaminsky, possibly. I do lean Saric though if he's in. Torrey Craig looking at more minutes as well.
Now, I guess we're under the assumption that Sarge probably is going to be in.
Yeah, I do think he's going to play in this one. I haven't really seen anything indicating that he's closer to doubtful than
I'll look out for that.
Probable. So we'll end up taking a look at that. And it's crazy to end up thinking about our builds relying on Dario Saric. But when we're talking about a $3,200 power forward that is in a good matchup on top of that, with Boston having no big men on the other side, if he ends up starting and gets 25 minutes, it's a great value for Dario Saric tonight. Guys like Cam Johnson as well, $3,500 Cam Johnson. I do prefer him if Saric is out.
Man, look at that.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you could even get DeJounte Murray in that build. I'm pretty sure he's either 7,100 or 72. That's where you can end up moving things around, right? So you can end up moving things around where you could get a player like DeJounte Murray, or if you want to take an even, if you want to come off Josh Jackson and take more of a value play and go all the way up to a guy like Terry Rozier, then you could do that. There's plenty to work with this build. So one guy I did want to mention on the Phoenix side is Mikal Bridges. On back-to-backs, Chris Paul's going to go out there and do his thing. He's going to facilitate, but he doesn't play as aggressive, right? So this is a great matchup for Mikal Bridges on the wing. No Jaylen Brown. Marcus Smart's going to line up on Booker. He's going to have a great matchup on the wing there, and he should be able to get involved a ton. Coming off a game where he dropped 18 points, 100% from the free throw line. Like this is a game where I want to see Mikal Bridges attack. So at 4,800, if you're nervous about the whole front court situation between Cam Johnson and Saric and possibly even Kaminsky or any one of these guys. Obviously, DeAndre Ayton starting. You could go to a guy like Mikal Bridges, who's a lock to play over 25 minutes tonight. So I'm not opposed to that. He's definitely on my radar. Very more of a gut call than anything, but he is projecting well on top of that.
So now if it's between Johnson and you maybe have that little bit of room for Bridges, you going Bridges over Johnson with the price, or still Johnson's probably the play you're going to stick with there?
Really depends on Dario Saric. If Dario Saric is out, it's going to be very hard for me to get away from Cam Johnson or maybe even Frank Kaminsky. Depends what the projections model at windailysports.com says. So it's always updating every 10 minutes, right, from now until lock. So pretty much as the news comes in, actually we're an hour before lock now, so it's down to 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes, it's updating and taking in news and running rotations. So I'll end up seeing what it says there. Cam Johnson is a great point per dollar play, but safety wise, Mikal Bridges is surprisingly high up on my list tonight.
Awesome. That's actually, so let's see if we can figure out something here. Move some things, try some things out.
There's a certain guard that's $5,800 too.
Oh, who's that?
This looks awfully similar to my main lineup right now. It doesn't even matter. Do it for the people. In the Chicago game.
Oh, are you about to give us an exclusive to your main lineup?
So no Zach LaVine. Kobe White gets up for these games. I don't mind Kobe White tonight.
Excuse me? Kobe White? All right, we're going with Kobe White.
I'm not opposed to Kobe White tonight. So no Zach LaVine, Charlotte team that has no front court whatsoever. Vooch is going to dominate down low. That's just a fact. But they need guards that could keep up with Terry Rozier and the rest of that crew. These guys play run and gun offense, and it's really entertaining to watch. But just they're not anywhere close to the top team in pace ranking. But just the way that they play in general, they play faster than their pace ranking says, right? So I don't mind Charlotte game environments, especially with how small that they play. Bismack Biyombo, Cody Zeller, they're barely seeing any minutes. PJ Washington's going to get all the run that he could get at the 5 there. So Booker does eat up the Celtics. It's
I was about to say,
that's a fact.
Is Booker even another one that are we trying to get into our line of square? And look, Booker was supposed to go off against the Sixers, which I mean that narrative was definitely there. The points per game against the Sixers and didn't happen. Does it maybe happen tonight? Like if it didn't happen, then go back to it and think it happens tonight.
It's definitely possible, especially in this matchup. Marcus Smart's a great defender. He doesn't scare me with Booker's game. The guy's ice cold. It's just you end up going and you see like his shot wasn't dropping all night. I don't want to say all night long, like as if it wasn't dropping all night long, but it's just it wasn't as consistent, right? So ended up shooting 6 for 14. Game's on the line. They're up by 1, and Book just runs around the court for 24 seconds, drawing out the shot clock. Hits a step back 2 off his back foot. Like it's just he has that clutch gene, right? Where like he could really turn it up at any time. So concerning he only played 30 minutes yesterday, that's a great sign that I do want to play Book tonight. He's probably going to touch 36 to 38 minutes, especially with Chris Paul in the second half of a back-to-back. I'm not opposed to Devin Booker tonight. I actually do like Devin Booker. I don't even want to say that I'm not opposed to it. I definitely do like it. It's just the question at that point is that becomes the third stud build, and I can't get Isaiah Stewart and all these Detroit guys that I want. So
I was about to just start taking guys out just so we can try and get Booker in.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if we
it gets to a point where it's a little.
Yeah, right. So if we end up taking out Kobe White, because I don't want to take like at that point it's
you want to keep these guys.
It's possible, right? It definitely is possible. At 3,500, that's when you can go to Cam Johnson and other players. But it's just, 2 Detroit guys I'm okay with. That would be the minimum that I load up on. And Killian Hayes and Isaiah Stewart are probably my top 2 on top of that. So I don't mind the way that this build is looking. It's just, again, do we have a $3,800 forward to end up rounding out that roster? And do you want to play Cam Johnson with Dario Saric, assuming Dario Saric even plays?
Right. Okay.
So there are a couple of questions to this lineup. And then on top of that, you have 3 Phoenix guys. And if Booker's going off, then these other guys aren't getting there, right? So that's where it's like mathematically it makes sense. It's just I don't like the way that it ends up shaping up there. So
Yeah.
Because I'm
Well,
prioritizing Embiid with one
you
of
would have
Tatum or Luka.
you would have 4 players in just that one game, too.
Well, that's it exactly.
It's a lot. That's a lot of capital and investment in one game.
It's a lot considering it's not a Washington Sacramento game or anything like that. It's a lot to invest in that game. So personally, I won't be taking that route. You could always lose Tatum or Luka. It's just I don't want to do that. So that's why Book ends up getting the short end of the stick. If he was a little bit cheaper, then I'd probably be able to make it work. But with a smaller slate like this, I'm not forcing it. That's for sure.
All right, so WinDailySports.com is where you can check out everything. Also, Ghost Gems. You can check out all the DFS stuff. Let's go with a little lineup here. We do see that Wendell Carter Jr. is out. Does that do anything for you?
Not really. I mean, if we go to the Orlando game, it's gross. Man, I don't even know. You could end up going like it's just I'm trying to find a way to try and force a play, but just already that if it doesn't come to me right away, I end up forcing it, and that means it's going to be a no. So, Mo Bamba it is always in a good spot in games like this. It's just the guy gets every time I play him, he gets injured every time. Every time I've played Mo Bamba, he has not finished a game. So it's more of a personal thing than an actual analytical thing. But it's just every time I play him, he doesn't finish the game. I don't want that smoke with Zion in the front court. It's not happening. You could go to Okeke. Just I don't want to pay that much for an unproven player, so that's not happening. Cole Anthony is somebody that I do have interest in, especially guards against New Orleans. No Michael Carter-Williams again for Orlando tonight. No Terrence Ross. No James Ennis either. So Cole Anthony is going to get a ton of minutes tonight. I'm not opposed to that. And maybe even Dwayne Bacon. It's just I prefer Dwayne Bacon on FanDuel where he's 3,800. Here it's a little steep for Dwayne Bacon at 4,600 considering what he does, right? So this could be a game where he goes 3 for 10 from the field and just completely lets you down. I'm not paying 4,600 for Dwayne Bacon, but there is a ton of value to have on this Orlando side. It's just who ends up going off. We don't know if it's going to be Gary Harris. We don't know if it's going to be RJ Hampton off the bench. We don't know if it's going to be Cole Anthony playing 40 minutes all of a sudden for the first time in his career, right? So I'm probably staying away from it. If there's anybody that I am playing, it's mostly on the FanDuel side, and that's going to be Cole Anthony and Dwayne Bacon. I lost you. Is it just me?
Oh, I muted myself like an idiot. I muted myself like an idiot. I'm a professional. No, so I did see Bacon is starting in this one. Mo Bamba is starting as well. So I did see the lineup. Just wanted to put it out there. The two guys that you did mention, Bacon and Mo Bamba, both starting today. But let's go with the lineup first. Then we'll go with, we have a few other questions as well. First lineup, Hayes, JJ Bay, Saric, Embiid, Frank Jackson, Luka, and Stewart.
5 Detroit guys. It's just Detroit's not playing Washington. That's the thing. They're playing San Antonio. I don't know if five Detroit guys gets you there tonight. Personally, that's not the route that I'm taking. You know, and again, no, like what I was saying with Hayes and Jackson, both are going to get there. It's just when you end up playing one of these guys, and especially considering both are going to be relatively high owned, you want them to absolutely go off, right? Like what we had with O'Shea Brissett yesterday. Like if I'm playing a high owned punt guy, it's because I want him to go absolutely nuts. I don't want Killian Hayes to put up
for over 50.
Yeah. I don't want him to put up 24 points tonight just for a flame emoji. You know, like I don't want to eat that ownership for that. There's gonna be so many other players at that price range that could do that for me. So at that point, I don't know if I would play Hayes and Jackson together. But again, it's just I have Frank Jackson, not Josh Jackson. Those two are fine together. It's just 5 Detroit guys. I don't know if I could get behind that. That's the one thing.
You said you're mostly capping it at 3, so that's kind of the magic.
I'm mostly capping it at 3 because, and the main reason why I said 3 is because, the first example that I could give, one guy that I would lose if you're playing this many Detroit guys is Sadiq Bey, because he's not going to get many rebounds. He's not going to get many assists. He's going to go, and if he's putting up 30 DraftKings points, it's because he's putting up 30 points. Like all he does is score, right? And if he's scoring, unless you see that somehow Detroit gets 130 points tonight, like he's gonna represent at least 25% of the scoring, if not more, for Detroit if he's putting up 25 to 30. So that's where I don't want to play him with 4 other guys. And then Frank Jackson and Killian Hayes sub out for one another if one's going, if one is going off, they're going to get
be in the
extended
game
run,
more than
and the other
exactly.
One's going off, the other one's going to sit the bench, right? So that's why I don't really like those two together. And then if you end up rooming one of those and Sadiq Bey, you end up coming at 3. So that's why the magic number for me is 3. I'm likely going to be playing 2 of them, but 3 would be where I cap it off. They're not a prolific enough offense to end up going all 5.
All right, so I was going to go to another question, but we do have the updated lineup then of what he's trying to use.
Hayes, Josh Jackson with Stewart,
Michael, Sarge, Embiid, Luka, Bacon, and Stewart.
Yeah, I like that. Very strong.
Nice. Okay.
I like it.
Oh, look at that. See, making the adjustment, Glide. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's
looks familiar. I like it.
All right.
DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo.
I'm out. I can't do it. Not with Drew playing. I can't do it.
No.
And Drew in a revenge spot too. By the way, people forget that Drew played for Philly. So,
and DiVincenzo's a Philly guy.
Yeah. Nova legend. Villanova legend. So
he is.
I'm out on DV, but price is too high. I can't do it. The rebounding upside is like the matchups that I like to play DV in is that when they could take Brook Lopez off the court and they could run Giannis at the 5 or kind of just nobody at the 5 and they just end up all floating around. That's where you end up seeing DiVincenzo get 10 rebounds, and that's when I absolutely smash his rebound props as well, right? So in a matchup like this where Beat is on the defensive glass and Giannis is on the defensive glass on the other side, I don't want anything to do with DiVincenzo tonight. If anyone's scoring and it's not Giannis, it's gonna be Drew Holiday, especially with no Ben Simmons on the other side.
That is a pretty damn good breakdown of the 6-game slate. WinDailySports.com. You can check out all of the cheat sheets, optimizers, everything that Ghost tells you to do. Hey, he tells you to do it for a reason. And if you go in the Discord chat, I mean, we just did it there. It was an example. Glide was able to change his lineup after Ghost gave him some recommendations, and it was perfect. So that's why we do this show. NBA DFS Preview Show. Ghost, wonderful job, by the way, buddy. You did a good job. Follow him at DFS_Ghost. Follow me at JJansen34. We'll be back tomorrow. NBA DFS Preview Show. WinDailySports.com.